Clear Lake with my buddy Zach. We're Lanoni.
Good enough.
It's enough, man. Oh shoot, I was on a whole lot more. They're really liking it. That nickel underspin, 29.30. Oh, that's a good one, dude. Divinator Mini. There we go. Bow flip. What's up, guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here. We're out at Clear Lake today with my buddy Zach. We're
Doesn't
close?
matter how he says it.
Was that right?
Good enough. Guaranoni.
Guaranoni. Close enough, man. I did good. I'm feeling pretty good. Today we're going to be fishing a variety of things, trying to find some schools of crappie. This is not a big individual, but I just lost like 2 in a row, and we just found them. We've been running around, you know. Even though you're hearing about this epic California Clear Lake bite of crappie, it's been in the marina, so you know you still have to track the schools down. Crappie aren't here, there. They're in big schools, so you got to track them down. I'm going to give you some tips today, and hopefully show you a lot of crappie action. Much better. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo! 16th ounce jig head, 2-inch white Johnson grub. Now it's a little better black crappie there.
Nice little crappie on the 4-inch deuce. Pro blue.
And that's, there might just be one coming in your lucky tackle box for,
June.
For June. Maybe. Never know. Not a giant, but it's a crappie. Yeehaw! Another one in that same spot. Yeah, so what we're trying to figure out now is we searched all around this marina looking for crappie, and basically right inside from this seawall right here up the main lake under this first sailboat seems to be the deepest spot, and they're definitely associating to the bottom. So now what I'm going to take a look at is my depth, see what other type of current break like seawall situations we can find on this lake and try to duplicate this pattern, maybe find a bigger school.
Nice looking one.
Oh yeah, that's a fat one.
Yeah.
Now, these are all black crappie here at Clear Lake. As far as I know, they don't have white crappie. Black crappie have all the speckles down the side, and the white crappie has more vertical bars on them. So that's the real obvious way to tell. Definitely a black crappie there. I've never seen a white crappie from here, so I don't know if they exist here, but I could probably ask around and find out. Got a little drag slippage there. We are fishing with crappie here. Right there, Zach. The most epic crappie ever, or I'm swimming. Oh, that's a decent bass. Someone's home down there. Everybody jump around. Everybody jump around. Everybody jump around. Got that 8-pound test on you, all right? 2.5, 2 3/4, maybe 3. It's got a tall frame. We'll see. You've got a 3-pounder on there, Zach. Let me see. I'm going 3 pounds. That's a 3-pounder. Nice one, deuce. On that little 4-inch deuce?
4-inch deuce.
Awesome, man. Those deuce really kill it, man. You can move those dang things so slow with that little spear tail, and they just kick a ton. Nice little crappie. Yeah. A little chunkier.
Yeah,
there we go. Alright guys, so we started fishing inside the marinas and in creek mouths to find these fish. You know, when the water's in the low 50s, they're usually back into the creek arms, spawning on brush or creek ledges, or up in near and around tules spawning, or around riprap, also in those creek arms, that rock, that cluster of rock. Those crappies will get in there and spawn. But this being June, I figured the majority of the fish were going to be in post-spawn or a summertime pattern. So this is why I was looking around the creek mouths and not further back into the creeks. And inside the marina, I was looking at the outer edges of the marina. The reason why, if they were spawning, they'd be all the way up into that shallow stuff in the marina, all the way up against the walls or near the shallower slips. But in this case, I was looking from the deeper outside in, and we found that first school on just inside the seawall, so it's the deepest dock leading out to more of a summertime pattern. That school wasn't very big. They were surrounded by a lot of grass, so every time we snagged the grass a couple times, it would kind of blow the school out. We'd have to give it about 10 minutes to settle down, move back in, and we would catch them again. But it wasn't a huge numbers of crappie. It was a smaller school. So, and that smaller school was definitely post-spawn because it was on the outside leading back out to a deeper water summertime pattern. So my thought was, let's find out where these fish were spawning prior and search a deeper ledge, a deeper outside ledge, more into a summertime, because I think that's where the majority of the fish were going to be. I was talking to my buddy Matt Frazier a couple days prior to this, and he was out doing some high school bass fishing thing, and they stumbled onto a bunch of crappie in Soda Bay that were spawning and post-spawn up on the outer edges of the grass. So we were just there, and it was roughly probably a 25-30 minute run from where we were at to get back there. But I knew if they were spawning there and they're post-spawn there, they're going to be in a summer pattern, whether that's inside a creek channel leading out from the creek, you know, that could be out in the open lake, but there's still a creek channel down there. There could be some brush down there, or they could just be on the outer side of those weed lines further out. And that's exactly where they were when we went into Soda Bay.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Bigger, better, badder. The evolution of the buzzbait is upon us. The Evolution Baits Grass Burner is a high-performance bass snatching machine. High-end components, inline displacement, larger profile, balanced body for fast or slower retrieves, better deflection, and oversized treble hooks. You wouldn't bring a slingshot to a gunfight, would you? Find out more at evolutionbaits.com. Hey guys, did you know that yours truly is now hosting Lucky Tackle Box's monthly panfish instructionals? And aside from relentless fish catching, I'll be breaking down the rigging and the gear you need to get going along the way. And of course, a few extra tips to help you score more fish on the goodies included in your box. So remember, the tug is our drug. So go visit LuckyTackleBox.com and get signed up today. Are you into diving, surfing, or fishing? And have you checked out the Salt Life YouTube channel yet? From awesome surfing insight to scuba diving locations and in and offshore fishing, bundled up with all sorts of crazy cool footage, the Salt Life has you ocean lovers covered. So go check out their YouTube channel and tell them If sent you. Ever tried pulling a planer board next to your boat when trolling or fishing from a swift current bank? If not, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal fish catching machines on the market today. With Yellowbird planer boards pulling your lines perpendicular to your boat, you can't help but catch more fish. Find out more by visiting www.yellowbirdproducts.com. Did you know that P-Line makes specialized lines for all your fishing needs, from the super strong abrasive resistant CXX or the low stretch super stealthy CX Premium? Or maybe you're looking for invisibility or super bite detection with P-Line's 100% fluorocarbon. No matter what your needs, P-Line's got it covered. To find out more, visit P-Line.com.
P-Line, baby.
Oh, you heard they got weapons of big fish destruction? Well, you heard right. BWA Fishing Performance is the newest company hitting the U.S. market by storm. With some of the sickest swim baits around and non-cookie cutter style lures that you could ever get your hands on, it's time to show these fish something new. Visit BWA.com. Attention Northern California anglers, have you been to Boat Country in Escalon with one of the largest selections of welded aluminum fishing boats from North River, Hughescraft, and now Crestliner? Chances are they have the right boat for you. And did I mention they have a full service center to take care of all your repair or boating maintenance needs? If you're a boat owner or just looking to become one, you owe it to yourself to check these guys out. Visit BoatCountryUSA.com or stop on by. We'll see you there.
Yeah! Whoa, he chomped it too. Down in the gullet. This guy might go straight to the frying pan. So,
Yeah, not bad. That's a dinner plate.
what we're doing right now is we're taking that 4-inch BWA deuce and I'm running it behind that Z-Man micro chatterbait. And man, we had one 3 times this size come up and grab it. He just missed hook. So now we're trying to separate bigger ones by upscaling our bait. Big bait, big fish. I'm not going to throw a Huddleston at these crappie. Well, I might, but probably not today. But so far it's working. It's getting a little better class. We had a real big one go after it. So we're going to see if we can get a bigger one by upsizing our bait, but it is fun to smash numbers of crappie at the same time. We just moved over to a new spot. What is this general area called?
Soda Bay.
Soda Bay, and we got that intel from my buddy Matt Frazier, who had to work today, who couldn't come out and fish with us. So thank you, Matt. So one thing I want to mention for you guys right here, you know, we're in mid-June, well, mid to early June, and crappie start spawning just before the bass do. and a lot of the time they'll finish up just before or right with, depending on how many cold fronts we have during those spawning cycles. But right now, you can see there's a little piece of primrose out here, and the crappie are out in about 12 to 15 feet, which is more of a summertime crappie deal. They're just outside this weed line out there. So, you know, if it were a spawn time, they'd be back in the creeks. We started fishing in the creeks earlier. We found a bunch of bait, but the crappie just weren't there. It was a little too shallow, a little too warm for them. And they've moved out of those creeks, out on these main shear walls with these faster drop-off bluffs. And now we're using a vantage point of a piece of primrose. We were searching around. We went for quite a while there without getting a bite until we got that bite. I looked back, immediately said it's right 10 feet off of that primrose. So now we have the perfect vantage point. It's like a marker float out there for us. On that 3-inch apex grub, trying to switch out to bigger grubs. Not much bigger. Still trying to find out. Still trying to find those bigger ones. Yeah. I'm doubled up with you. That's a crappie.
That's a crappie.
And so is mine.
Oh! Party foul.
Party foul. Yeehaw!
Hey, double it up, double it up.
Oh, yours goes in the box, mine gets released.
Dude, I think I hooked myself in the back in the process.
You did. I got it.
I'm a pro.
It's all about catch and release. You don't want to throw Zach's in the box. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That might be the best one so far.
Deep right there.
Thick, not very long, but thick. Nice one. Still working that deep outside pattern. We've even moved further off. We're probably, I would say 70, 80 feet off the bank. And I'll take a look at the depth finder here. Tell you exactly how deep we are. We're only in about 8 feet of water. And it's measuring the top of the grass, so I would say 8 to 12 range. Nice. Feet up. So when we were initially searching for the crappie, we're trying to cover water. Just like any other fishing, you have to find them. And especially with crappie, they're in schools. They're not here, there, here, there. And if you do catch one here, there, you're not really on the pattern. And here, there could be a pre-spawn thing, really, really early spring, or here, there could be a post-spawn thing after the spring, early summer. So to keep that in mind, there could be more deeper when you're catching here or there. That tends to be the case. Or they could be up spawning and you're just catching transitional fish. So the first thing we did, we were using medium light 6'6", and I'm throwing this on 6-pound P-line floor clear. I'm making long casts with like 1/4 ounce and 1/8 ounce jig heads on 3-inch BWA deuces. I was also throwing it on the micro chatterbait. I'll throw, you know, grubs on 1/16 ounce jig heads, or up to a 1/8 ounce jig head with a 2-inch grub, sometimes a 3-inch grub. And the reason why I'm throwing that bigger stuff is I can cast it further. If I get bit and it feels like a spongy grab, I know it's a crappie, okay? It's gonna help me hone down on a school with the longer cast. The little bit bigger of a setup, it's a moderate fast bending right back in the middle. You want a cushy rod so it doesn't tear these crappies' mouth. And the reason why I'm using this is that distance. I can throw these bigger things further. I can cover more water. Once I start catching them and get up closer, if I want to concentrate on hooking up every single cast, I'll downsize to like a smaller Roadrunner or like the Dr. Spoon 245. It looks like the perfect baby shad presentation right there. You can slaughter them, especially deep fish when they're up from the top down to the bottom. You cast it, let it fall through the school. You can slaughter them on a little tiny Dr. Spoon like that. But once I get in the school, a lot of the time I'm going to drop over to my ultralight, my slow action, bending all the way into here. And the reason for this, I'm throwing 2 and 4 pound tests. A lot of the time I'm throwing 2 with crappie, but fish 4, it's more durable. And you can fish smaller stuff, lighter stuff. You're gonna gain that sensitivity, but I only fish the ultralights when I have the school honed down and I wanna use smaller baits at that point. If I'm searching for them, I'm gonna throw a medium light 6'6" with 6-pound test on there, and I'm gonna throw a slightly larger bait. You can, even this little 245 spoon's almost a 1/4 ounce right here. I can really bomb it and search the top of the water, the middle of the water. Having a bait like a swim bait, that also makes totally good sense. You can fish this shallow, you can fish it medium, you can fish it along the bottom. You can find out where those crappie are. If you're using like a little crappie crankbait, it's not necessarily covering all water columns. It has its selected depth. So use a bait like a spoon or a little tiny BWA deuce, like the little 3 inches are great. to cover that top, medium, bottom. Make long casts until you get bit, and pay very close attention to where you get bit, because more than likely that's where that school's gonna be.
I mean, in all fairness, they are fighting pretty good today.
Woo! Another chunky one. Yes. Release to the grease.
There, another one on the 4-inch deuce, Pro Blue. We did bite a little bit off of the head because we were getting a bunch of short strikes. Great looking fish. You want that in the box?
Put them in the box. Oh, flip. On the smaller side, I'm going to release this guy. Catching so many, I don't need to keep the smaller ones. I want the thick, chunky one. Real good fillets.
Oh yeah, leave the chicken sando on it, yep. Look at that. Putting the fight on it. Hey, the fish is playing along. He's going for it.
Yes! Oh, that's a good one, dude.
Great one, dude.
That is a good one.
Another one.
Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold that. Hold that. Okay, good.
All right.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, another keeper. Woo. Pulled out my my ultralight with my 4-pound P-line floor clear. And a little tiny 1/16 ounce Roadrunner with chartreuse, and it's got a little underspin. And oh man, that guy wasn't going nowhere. That Hollywood hook set got him. It's got a little underspin on there, a little flash, just like these small shad they're chasing around. There's a bunch of 1.5 to 3-inch shad out here, and these crappie are feeding on, that are cruising these outside weed ledges.
Gonna go ahead and try and tie on this Divinator Mini. It's one of our newest Divinators out there. This is the 9-inch model, comes with a single treble hook. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get that one.
Good Lord.
That's a slab.
I'm sorry, Zach. That
Hey.
was very rude of me.
No. Beautiful fish, dude. Anyways, like we were talking about, the B-Wood 9 gram Divinator Mini, great for just about any small panfish, trout. Yeah, I'm not real good on camera, guys, am I? Yeah.
They're really liking that nickel underspin. That's a nice one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another L juicer, man. Just look at that. Look at that thing right there. Yeah. Zach's hooked up. It's on the Mini, huh?
On the Divinator Mini.
Nice.
First time using it. Not bad. I was just looking at this one, setting it down, and all of a sudden that thing came jetting right at my face.
I think we got a big right here. That's the best one so far today. That guy's about 13 inches.
Yeah, that's good.
Look at that big split in the tail. That's cool. Here, Zach, I'll hook you up since you're already wet.
Got him? Yeah. Did you get any blood on the
Nah, it's all good. So right now, this little spinner's so light, I'm just letting it drift under the boat. We got a little wind drift taking us right now. And if you got little grubs on jig heads or any little plastic appendage, and go along a bank where the wind's blowing you perfectly parallel down, get right on the outside of the weed line, let it blow you right down, just drift with the lines straight under the boat. You'll find them. There's a school there, you'll stumble into them that way. Crappie aren't overly particular about presentation the majority of the time. You know, sometimes in tournaments, yeah, you might want to be more critical, but if you're just looking to catch, it's really about finding the fish a whole lot more than it is selecting the perfect presentation. They're less likely to be bait shy than they are location shy. Oh yeah. I'm gonna swing him from the out.
Oh. There it is.
Yep. It's like that. And that's the way it is. Huh? Oh shoot! I was on.
We're on the hood. Yeah. That's what you get, huh?
Yep. Let's see. Oh, he's going after your bait, Zach. Zach, he's going after your bait.
He liked it.
I know how I've always wanted to set a hook, walking to the other end of the boat while not. That's it. That's it.
And a good one.
And a good one to boot. Tail walking. Yeah. On that Divinator Mini. That's so cool. It's got good weight, so you can really launch it out there. 29.30. There we go. Hold that fish up, Zach. On the Divinator
And the deuce.
and the deuce right there. Doubles, baby. 29.30. And we've let at least 25 smaller ones go.
I mean, for the last half hour, you've been catching one on every cast, pretty much.
Yeah, I guarantee I'm going to catch one right here, too.
I mean, consecutively, every single catch, it seems like.
I'm the best viewer. $1,000 that I catch one right here. Oh, you hear that,
There it
viewers? You owe me $1,000. Everybody watch it. Just kidding. There he
That
is.
looks good, too.
But if he loses that one fish, he'll pay all you $1,000 each.
Oh, that's all bad. Stay down. Stay down.
Get in the water. You need help, buddy? Should I get the neck?
That pressure or what?
Get in the boat.
Got
That's it,
him.
guys. I've made it. I am now a rich angler.
That new bass boat.
There we go. And that creek spin. Nice one. What do we have? 30? This is 37? All right. Oftentimes when you're out here crappie fishing, you're gonna realize the first couple crappie you hook, you tear off, or it's like, oh, the fish came off, the fish came off. Instinctually, people pull too hard, even on the lighter setups. This is a cushy setup right here with 6-pound tests. What I tell people is set the drag really light. You need to be able to just pull off drag real light. These hook points are so fine, even the little lightest amount of tension is gonna penetrate that hook point. And the crappie shakes around, they have paper thin mouths, it's gonna tear a hole if your drag's too tight, and they're gonna pull off. This is why the majority of bass fishermen hardly ever stumble into crappie. They're around all the same the places that the bass are at, but once you get that spongy bite, they set the hook too hard, thinking it's a bass, thinking they need to drive the hook like you should with bass, but in crappie, they end up tearing them off. So what you wanna do is basically, when you feel that bite, you're just gonna reel and just kind of sweep into them. And a lot of the time, you'll see me setting the hook fast and hard on my slow ultralight. The whole rod bends. There's a ton of cushion. I'm barely penetrating that hook, just whoop, but I'm reeling. As soon as I get bit, I reel and then just lean on them real fast. I'm not jerking, I'm reeling and leaning on them. And that'll load up that hook. Never horse them in. If you feel the fish jerking, don't reel. Just kind of keep that rod, just keep the tension on there and try to smooth out those jerks. And you'll lose a heck of a lot less fish that way. All right, guys, that's it for a short day out here at Clear Lake. The wind's got it picked up to at least over 30 miles an hour. We were fighting.
It was a rodeo.
Yeah, it was a rodeo ride on the way back. Fighting some big waves. We didn't have the full day to spend out here, but we had fun out here in the new Crest liner. Zach, I appreciate you coming out, brother.
Thanks for having me. Great time.
Hopefully you guys got some more pointers from this video. Make sure to visit bwa.com. Check out the baits we were using today and visit me at informativefisherman.com. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time.
Later.